He didn't defend himself. He's brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. Wow. Verse 8. He was taken from prison. That means they would arrest him. They didn't know that. How do you get him into prison if he doesn't get arrested? He's going to be arrested by the authorities. He was taken from prison and from judgment. He's going to face judgment. And he did. He faced Caiaphas' judgment. He faced Pilate's judgment. Where'd they bring him from? From prison. They locked him up. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? Who's going to tell where he came from? Oh, for he was cut off out of the land of the living, killed. That's it. For the transgression of my people was he stricken. It was not for himself. Did you see that? Amazing. Verse 9. And he made his grave with the wicked. That means he was buried with sinners. He made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death. Think about it. Because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. Next verse. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. Meaning it was God who gave him up to die. They couldn't have killed him. It was God who gave him up to die. Hallelujah. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He had put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin. So his soul will be an offering for sin, you see. He shall see his seed. Now this is prophetic for him. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see his seed. That means that he will reproduce others. And it says, look at it. He shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days. Which means his days will be prolonged through his seed. Those who come up because of him. He will prolong his days through them. Can you imagine? No wonder we live in the name of Jesus today. We use his name. He prolongs his days through me. Praise God. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Verse 11. He shall see of the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Glory to God. Okay, so over in St. Matthew's Gospel, a man comes doing many things. They look at him. Who is this? Who is this man? St. Matthew's Gospel, chapter number 8. We'll begin reading from verse 16. When the even was come, that's King James translation for evening, the evening time, okay? When the even was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils. And he cast out the spirits with his word and healed all that were sick. Verse 17. That it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet. That's the translation of the Greek form of Isaiah that we read. Isaiah. So it's talking about the same prophet. And what did the prophet say? Saying, he himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. That's taken from the 4th verse of the 53rd chapter of the book of Isaiah that we just read. From the 4th verse. See, that it might be fulfilled. So Jesus came to fulfill what Isaiah was talking about. That it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Did you notice that word bear? B-A-R-E. That's different from B-E-A-R. This means to remove. You understand? Yes. He took them. He removed them. He carried them away. Praise God.
This is a teaching on substitution.